Hi, I'm Dave, founder of Following You Around, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Dave, number one, why are you in your car? Number two, why do you have a Band-Aid on your head? Number three, are you in your car and do you have a Band-Aid on your head because, like Peach Fuzz, the serial killer, you too were driving around killing people filming it, and one of your victims injured you in the forehead during a struggle? The answer to all three of those questions are, because I can, because the car door actually bashed me in the face. It's a long story. And maybe? Let's talk about the season finale of The Creep Tapes. So if you've been watching my reviews up to now, I was kind of on the fence. Like, I really loved how the show started, kind of in the middle. I was like, I don't know how this is going. Last episode, I had very strong feelings. I still contend that I don't like that the found footage is being used for something that is meant to be subjective versus objective. I'm willing to put that aside because, holy shit, like, this is an amazing episode. We get what I've wanted this whole time. We get more into the backstory of Peach Fuzz, or Wolfie, as his mom calls him, which I feel like we can now confidently say his name, his legal name, is probably Wolfgang. And that's, I mean, what an episode. What a way. You take this character that we've been scared of, frightened of, all the way going back to the original Creep movie, and you make him seem normal by showing him with his mother. You give him the Norman Bates treatment, where you're like, yeah, he's nuts, and yeah, he's got issues, and yeah, he's scary, but did he ever really have a chance? There's more than a few questionable, uncomfortable things that he and his mother do. That, yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, come back here. So, I just want to say that I loved that the first couple episodes just felt like shorter versions of the Creep movies, and they just felt like, we're just getting another movie, but a shorter version. I love how these, especially these last two episodes, have taken the concept into a different direction and given us something we haven't really seen before. I like that Wolfie, I'm going to call him Wolfie now, he's really vulnerable in this one. He's really, you see where he's still that little boy, and it's like the violence and the murdering, that's not, I don't think he ever genuinely wants to do that. And it makes me, like, seeing him interact with his mother, seeing, the little boy that he always was, makes me go back and look at everything else. Was he always really just trying to have a friend? Is it the case where every single time that he ended up killing someone, was he trying to, spark a friendship with them? Was he trying to have something else work out with them? And he always knew in the back of his mind it would likely end in murder, but at a certain point during their interactions, he was making that decision in his head. And Albert, poor Albert, opens the... I felt bad because Albert was such a nice guy, and Wolfie even admitted it. And he did not deserve what happened to him. But no, this episode, it showed us things that I wanted to see. It showed us things maybe I didn't necessarily need to see, like a close-up of Mark Duplass's asses and other things. That was, kudos to you for having the guts to do that. That's all I can say. This is the reason to make a show like this. If each episode was just going to be like, well, this is just a shorter version of the movie, what would the point be? But it's episodes like this that continue with a story and continue to kind of show us more of the character that I think makes it worth it and makes it really interesting. I love how his mom, like, you're not sure. You see that he gets, like, the filmmaking stuff from her, but for a while, you're not sure how much she knows about the other stuff he does. I love that she does, and I love that, as much as this answers questions, it raises so many more. Like, where's his sister? Where's his sister that we heard on the phone in the first movie? So definitely really strong season finale. I hope they do another season. I don't know for sure if they are or not. I don't know if that's been announced. I haven't heard anything. But I'd love to see more if they're going to continue, with the character like this. This has been a really fun series. I know there were moments that I wasn't sure if I was on board, but it ended on a really strong note. And it was something that, it's such a fun, simple premise that you could do this forever and always find something new or fresh to do. So I really, really enjoyed this episode. I really, really enjoyed this whole series. This episode made me feel uncomfortable in ways I had not felt since the first movie. So I'm glad that it was able to get that strong reaction out of me. But these are just my thoughts. This is my review. I would love to know what you thought of the Creep Tapes, episode 6. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on the season overall. Definitely, I'm going to be doing a list of my favorite horror TV shows of the year coming up soon. And you may be hearing me talk about this show again when I get to that list. Like, share, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. If you don't, you may end up in the trunk of Wolfie, or opening his trunk to see what's in it, if you know what I mean. And as always, every day is Halloween.